So we are going to continue talking about domain and range. So whenever it extends from left to right, it's negative infinity to infinity, to on to negative infinity to positive infinity for range, because this is a linear function that goes on and on forever in both directions. There's an infinite number of points. But anytime it's restricted by either open or closed circles, you will have an inequality, with x being your domain, y being your range, going from left to right for your domain. So go to left, it's -7, all the way to right, +6. And then your range, you look up and down. So you go how far down, what's the lowest point, -4, all the way to +5. So let's look at these. These are called parabolas. It's a U shape. So we are going to do the domain and range. So I'm going to insert some text right here. So domain is your x. So you're seeing how far left and right it goes. So if I go left, it's going to continue on and on. If I go right, it's going to continue on and on. So it's negative infinity. Let's see if I can insert the special character, which is infinity. Let's see if I can do like that. Okay, cool. Negative infinity is less than x is less than positive infinity. And that also means just from negative infinity to positive infinity. Now the range, let's insert a text box here. So range is top to bottom. So robot, remember robot. So how far down can it go? It can only go down to 0, but then it can go to infinity. So it's from 0 and it's included. So it's less than or equal to. So I'm going to insert in a less than equal to sign. Less or equal to y. And because y is included, because it's a closed circle, it's actually on 0. And then infinity is how high up it goes. It goes on and on to infinity. So it's just going to be a less than symbol. And it's going to go to infinity. So I'm going to just copy this, Control C, Control V. Okay. We could also write this as, let's see, another way of writing this would be that y can be greater than or equal to 0. So let's insert in special character, greater than or equal to 0. So greater than or equal to 0 means it can be at 0 and then be greater than. So it could continue up. So here are two ways of writing it. So I'm going to put or. There we go. So that way we don't get confused. You can write it as this or this. Okay, let's look at the domain here. It is from left to right. So we're going left. This arrow means it's going to go on and on to your left. And then arrow on this one is going to go on and on. So it's actually going to be the same. I'm going to copy and paste that and then move it over here. But the range, how far down can it go? Well, these arrows mean it's going to go on and on. So it can go to negative infinity. Let's see. I'm going to insert text box. So negative infinity. Well, let's get an infinity symbol. Control C. Is less than y. And then how far down it can go, and then how far up it can go. It goes up to 5, and it's actually included in 5. So we're going to have the less than or equal to symbol because it's included. Less than equal to sign. and it's less than or equal to, that's a 5. Another way of writing this would be, let's see, if it goes from negative infinity to 5, that means that y has to be less than or equal. Let me grab that one. Less than or equal to 5. So it's either at 5 or it's less than 5. So this is or. Okay, so let's look at the next slide, slide 29. Identify the domain. So we are going to go left and right. So how far left does it go? It goes to -4. And then how far right does it go? It goes to +5. This one is not included, but this one is. So we want, it's going to go to negative, from -4 is less than x. And then it's going to go all the way to 5 on the x-axis, but it's included. So I need the less than or equal to sign. And I was able to get that from earlier. And that would be 5. And then our range is how far up and down. So it goes -4 and then up to +6. So I'm restricting it, making a box around that function if I can, restrict those numbers. So for the range, it's going to go all the way down to -4 and up to 6. -4, and -4 is not included, so it's going to be just a less than symbol, but the 6 is included, so I'm going to insert a less than equal to sign, and it is up to 6. There we go. Okay, number 20. This is a function that looks like unlike any other function we've seen before. But it is continuous because you can find multiple points along each one of these lines. Looks like it hits 2 points, this one and this one, but only one of the points is open. So it is a function because even though these are over the top of each other, this point is not included. Every point up to that point is included, but not that one. It is included here in all these points, but not here. So this is a function. Let's find the domain and range. So domain is going to be our x's. So this looks like, I wonder why that's not all the way to that point. It doesn't have a stopping point. It just kind of goes right there. So let's see how far left it goes. Maybe this was actually supposed to be connected. I'm not sure. We're going to say that it goes from 0 to 6. Or should we do 0.3? So it goes from 0.3, where it is included, all the way to 6, and 6 is included. And we want the less than equal to sign. 6. Oh, switch. Okay, let's do the range. So range is, let's see. The range is our values, 39, 41, 43, 45. That looks like 46. And then let me get a line so I can check it. think it's supposed to be, but it's not actually. So our, oops. See how, I need to find out what these values are. I'm just doing this so I can find out the actual value. So it looks like we have 39. So our range is actually not continuous, but our domain is. So we're going to do the braces. The lowest it can be is 39. Then this looks right at 41. This is right at 43. This is right at 45. And then this looks, it's a little below 47. Looks like about 46 and a half. And then this is right at 48. There we go. So that is our range there. And we don't need these lines. These lines were just to help us find out what the numbers on our y-axis that each one of these points represents. Even though this point is not included, this one is. So that's why we can say it's 45. Okay, let's go to 29. Identify the domain. So our domain is left and right. It's our x value. So how far left can it go? Looks like it can go all the way to this -9. Open circle means it's not included, so it's just going to be less than. X is less. Oh, well, this one, how far right can it go? It can go all the way to 8. So we're going to have a less than or equal to symbol. Less than or equal to. And that was, or is, let's see, 8. Okay, now the range. The range is how far down it can go. So it goes down to this, but then the lowest is actually right here, -7. It's not included, so we're just going to put less than y. And then it goes all the way up to this 8, so less than equal to. So -7 all the way up to 8. Okay, let's go on to 22. The domain would be our x value. So how far left can it go? Looks like -9. It is included, so it's going to be a less than or equal to. And it's x. And then how far right can it go? It goes to 4, and it is not included, so we're just going to put less than 4. Range is how far it can go down, how far it can go up. So let's see, how far down can it go? It can go down to -8, and that is included. So we need to insert the less than or equal to symbol. Y. And then it goes all the way up to 5, and that is included. So it's going to also be less than or equal to, because it touches it. There's no open circle that says it's not included. So it is included. So that goes all the way up to 5. Oh, 5. There we go. Okay. The last one is identify domain and range. So this is kind of like a situation graph. So let's identify the domain. So our domain is going to be x's. So how far left can it go? It can go to 0 because this is a situation graph. It only includes quadrant 1. So it's going to go from 0, and it includes it. Less than or equal to. I'm going to put 2 of them in there. X is less than or equal to how far right? It's 10. Okay, and then the range is how far it goes down, how far it goes up. So it goes all the way down to 0, and it goes up to the tipping point. The tip right here is 8. So it goes from 0, and it includes 0. So we're going to use less than or equal to. Y is less than or equal to, it goes all the way up to 8. Okay, so that's your domain and range. Okay, so you are finished with domain and range notes in your digital journal. I need you to finish that worksheet. It is 4.1. Finish this worksheet and also turn it in. If you're in class, you can turn it in class. If you're a remote learner, you can turn it in on this Google Slides. And then your assignment for today is domain and range matchup. You're going to do the assignment that is listed right here.